the movies. I love them so much. I try to find the good in every movie that I can. I think it makes movie going more fun, really. But these 5 films, when I sat down and watched these 5 movies, after I was done being huddled in a corner and crying, I just had to make this list. I couldn't let these worthless, horrible films go untouched. This isn't just because I want to do a partnership list to my top 5 films of 2015. I really need to talk about this. I need to talk about the worst films this year had to offer. Because these 5 movies aren't just bad, they are atrocious. And they make me angry. You know what? I don't even want to say anything else. I'm not going to do a spoiler warning. You know why? Because you shouldn't go out and see these movies. You shouldn't. No. Just listen to me tell you how bad they are, and I can save you the entire experience of having to actually watch them. I will bear your burden. Oh dear God, 50 Shades of Grey is only number 5. I'm done. I can't. No, I can't. I can't do it. No, yes I can. Here's why this movie sucked. First and foremost, it's based off a book that, if we're being honest, was only really mediocre even for people who really liked it. Everyone I ever heard say they liked it said they only liked it because of Christian Grey. I never read it, so I can't judge it, but I can judge that piece of crap movie they put out in correlation with it. It was terrible. First and foremost, the acting was some of the worst I've seen, and not just this year, maybe ever. Dakota Johnson, her acting was indescribably bad. It was horrible. The fact that she somehow got this part boggles my mind. And the chemistry she had with the supposed Christian Grey, there was no chemistry. It was like watching cardboard talk to a popsicle. That's a genuinely good analogy as to the chemistry these two had together. And speaking of Christian Grey, I don't know how he was in the book, but in the movie, their idea of making him complex was to have him say one thing and then do another throughout the entire movie. He would say he didn't want love and then would act like he loved her. Or he would say he didn't care about her and then would go and save her from a bar because she got drunk like women her age do, and I don't freaking know. This movie wasn't just bad. Honestly though, this movie's biggest sin might be the fact that it touted itself as a movie that was going to just completely over-sexualize and it was going to be raunchy and ridiculous and basically porn, and it surrounded itself with controversy, and then it didn't deliver. A movie that came out 10 years ago by the name of Secretary was honestly raunchier. They really completely and utterly lied to their audience. That is one of the cardinal sins when it comes to movie making. I'm genuinely scared for what's up next when this is only number 5. Number 4 is Mordecai. And I want an explanation for this movie. I want an explanation as to how Johnny Depp could star in Black Mass and give a performance that got him a Screen Actors Guild nomination right in the same year that he starred in Mordecai and gave what is quite easily the worst performance of his career. I love Johnny Depp. Do I think his acting style has gotten weird and that he's doing really stupid characters now? Of course I do. Everyone does. But this movie is so bad. It's so stupidly bad that I don't even know how it got funded. Because it was an original idea. It wasn't like it was based off of some TV show or something. No, it was just an original idea that someone put on a script and handed to someone, and they read it and thought it was a good idea, and they handed it to Johnny Depp's agent and somehow convinced him to do the movie. And I want an explanation as for how that happened. I also want an explanation as to how anyone thought the jokes in these movies were funny, because they weren't. I don't think I laughed even once. I really cannot think of a time I laughed the entire time I watched it. If there's one bright side to this, it might be ending Gwyneth Paltrow's career. That's kind of good. Nope, even that doesn't make this movie worth watching. There is no reason to watch this movie. Even the most hardcore Johnny Depp fan could not get any joy out of this. I am out of things to say because there's only so many ways I can say it wasn't funny. It was a comedy that was in no way, shape, or form funny. The only reason it's not higher on the list is because I feel like the next three entries actually had less effort put into them somehow. That's saying something. Number 3 is Pixels. And I think the only way I can properly start out this segment is by asking myself, what in God's name happened to Adam Sandler? The man used to be quite possibly the most prominent comedic figure in all of America. And now he's putting out Pixels. Seriously, how much farther of a downward spiral can you get in? Going from Happy Gilmore to Pixels. Freaking Pixels. Again, I could go on about how this movie isn't funny, and it isn't. I could go on about how it really ripped its concept off from half a dozen other movies, and it did. I could talk about the fact that it has Kevin James playing the President of the United States, and that's stupid. But really, I think what makes this movie so bad is the way it just completely relies on the old Adam Sandler tropes. The stupid guy, the hot girlfriend that he's out of his league but he somehow gets, the goofy best friend, it's all there. And they're not even trying anymore. They are genuinely not even trying. This movie was made pretty much with a Mad Lib script. They just filled in the Adam Sandler tropes and that was it. Honestly, if it wasn't for the fact that there were some kind of cool special effects here and there, this would be number 1. Because the special effects are the only redeemable factor about this movie. Seriously, everything else about it is bad. It actually makes video game movies look terrible when there can actually be some really good ones, as Wreck-It Ralph proved. I could go on deeper, but again, there's only so many times I can say, that's not funny. Paul Blart Mall Cop 2. What can I even say about this movie? Who really thought a film that was over 5 years old and that no one even remembered needed a sequel? Who thought, we need to know more about Paul Blart? Because the character was just so engaging. Who decided that they wanted to put their money into Paul Blart Mall Cop 2? Really, I feel like I'm beating a dead horse here, but it's not funny. The film is not funny, despite a cast with Kevin James and Lonnie Love, people who prove that they can be funny. It's never funny. And they took money that could have gone to an original film and put it into Paul Blart Mall Cop 2. There's nothing else I can say about this movie. It's just bad. I could sit here for hours telling you about all the jokes that don't work, but really, what else can I say at this point? It's Paul Blart Mall Cop 2. I think the title says it all. But it really isn't that bad compared to number 1. Fantastic Four. Fan-freaking-tastic Four. I didn't think there was a superhero movie that could be worse than Batman and Robin. I really didn't. I thought, if nothing else, at least that movie would always be the worst superhero movie ever made. That's one of the few things in the world we can always count on. Like politicians screwing you over. It's just something you expect. Then this movie came out. And the previews looked so good, and the team they had working on it looked so talented. And the actors they had in it were so gifted. And everything about it gave me so much hope that we'd finally get a good Fantastic Four movie. And then the reviews started coming in. And I started hearing about how bad it was. And my friends and I all gathered up and decided collectively that we were only going to have one chance to experience this. That this was our generation's Batman and Robin, and that we were going to be a part of it. So we went to the theater, and we sat down, and we watched Fantastic Four. And what did I think of it? Hey guys, I kind of lost my temper there. I'm good now though. I got my speech. It's okay now. So Fantastic Four was really bad. You've all heard about it by now. You've all heard about how bad, atrocious, and soul-suckingly difficult to sit through this movie was. So I'm not gonna repeat it. I'm just gonna say that I encourage you all to see this movie. I encourage you to experience what it will be the most painful hour and a half of your life. Because you got to enjoy my misery. Now I want myself to be able to enjoy yours. This has been Big Boss.